In order to win over Luo Feng, both the Huangwu Alliance and the Sanfu Mountain paid a considerable price. By chance, Luo Feng became the focus of competition between the Sanfu Mountain and the Huangwu Alliance, drawing the attention of two peak-level main powerhouses, Tianchen and Hegret. However, at that time, they merely noticed Luo Feng's existence and nothing more. It was only after several years that they began frantically trying to win Luo Feng's favor. How much did these two major powers pay to gain Luo Feng's favor? In the eyes of Tianchen today, Luo Feng is just a tool, grateful for any protection from Ming Yu without needing to intervene personally. Although Hagrid suffered a setback, most of his grievances were still directed towards the Sanfu Mountain and not specifically against Luo Feng, so there was no significant targeting. This allowed Luo Feng to enjoy a period of stable development until the Peak Genius Battle, where Luo Feng once again entered the sights of the two major powers. This was an important event in Luo Feng's rise. Young powerhouses who stood out from the Peak Genius Battle would receive focused training from top forces and become pillars in their communities. Luo Feng's rise from obscurity to the peak caused a sensation in the Black Dragon Mountain Empire. At the beginning of the Peak Genius Battle, the Black Dragon Mountain Empire was under tremendous pressure. None of its members had entered the top 10,000 in the previous battle, which made the entire empire hang its head in shame. However, Luo Feng's exploits lifted their spirits, and he was richly rewarded. Even in case of failure, his rewards would not be lacking. When Luo Feng entered the top 100, the emperor of the Black Dragon Mountain Empire was even happier, proclaiming Luo Feng as the pride of the empire. After the preliminary rounds, main boundary Buteshka, on behalf of the emperor of the Black Dragon Mountain Empire, approached Luo Feng. If Luo Feng could break into the top 1000 in the Chenwu universe, he would be given the Milky Way under the Silver Blue Empire. The Black Dragon Mountain Empire had already communicated with the Silver Blue Empire about this matter, and once Luo Feng entered the top 1000, the deed would immediately bear Luo Feng's signature. In the arena battle, Luo Feng quickly defeated two great geniuses and chased and killed two more, frightening other genius masters away. The emperor of the Black Dragon Mountain clapped his hands in delight, and main boundary Buteshka sighed that Luo Feng's future was limitless, developing a fondness for him. The emperor wanted to recruit Luo Feng into the Huangwu Alliance, but Buteshka explained that a peerless genius like Luo Feng wouldn't easily fall into their hands, and even if they discovered him, it would ultimately fall to the Chenwu universe. Such a talent could only be befriended. Offending Luo Feng was not an option. After the arena battle, the people from Sanfu Mountain approached Luo Feng first. During the battle, they had already concluded that Luo Feng's future was boundless and couldn't be confined by a mere Black Dragon Mountain Empire. To forge a deeper bond with him, they targeted not Luo Feng himself, but rather the military master of Sanfu Mountain, Luo, one of the three founders of Sanfu Mountain. He almost begged Luo to become his disciple, willing to pass on the laws he had researched for nearly tens of millions of years. This move was truly clever. Not to mention that Luo himself was exceptionally talented, and investing in him was definitely a wise move. Luo Feng's care for Luo and the Thunder God was also well known, and once Luo Feng sought, Luo would undoubtedly benefit greatly. Although Luo Feng could sense the attempts to win him over, he did not refuse. After all, he had previously cooperated quite happily with Sanfu Mountain, and Luo was worthy of the position of Hong's mentor. Luo's arrival made Luo Feng start thinking about his future. Just as Luo returned home, main boundary Buteshka came to visit Luo Feng again, this time bringing the Immortal Divine Lord. The Immortal Divine Lord conveyed a message from the Lord of the Chenwu universe to Luo Feng. If Luo Feng broke into the top 1000 in the universal ranking, there would be great rewards from the Chenwu universe. Even if he failed, he could join the Chenwu universe and enter the secret realm of the Chenwu, receiving the top-notch training. After speaking, the Divine Lord disappeared. Buteshka repeatedly congratulated Luo Feng. Not only did Luo Feng break into the top 1000, he even almost won the championship. The entire Black Dragon Mountain Empire was inundated with all kinds of propaganda about Luo Feng, and even the emperor of the Black Dragon Mountain Empire was excited, proclaiming Luo Feng as the hero of the Black Dragon Mountain Empire. This insignificant star domain in the vast universe became known to many citizens of other universes because of Luo Feng. The emperor of the Black Dragon Empire praised Luo Feng while officially announcing the gift of Luo Feng's hometown, the Milky Way, to him, hoping that Luo Feng would not forget his roots. As for the ninth princess and Hagrid, they naturally dared not appear in public places of the Imperial family. Noran Mountain, which held grudges against Luo Feng and others, simply packed up and left. This marked Luo Feng's true comeback. The emergence of the interstice world made the major forces of the Black Dragon Mountain Empire covetous. They all wanted a piece of the pie. As a world created by the Kabu Boundary Lord, the Thunder World undoubtedly hid invaluable treasures. Whether it was the White Tiger Tower, the Huangwu Alliance, or the North Dragon City, there were countless organizations vying for the treasures. However, the Thunder World was the assessment ground of the Universal Mercenary Alliance. Only stellar-level adventurers were qualified to enter. It was difficult for even stronger entities above the stellar level to enter, unless someone wanted to challenge the regulations of the Universal Mercenary Alliance. Thus, even the boundary lords like Tian Chen, Amons, and Baska, who successively arrived at the entrance of the Thunder World, were fiercely blocked by Qinyo. With the immortal powerhouse behind Qinyo and the regulations of the Universal Mercenary Alliance, even the boundary lord powerhouse from Sanfu Mountain like Tian Chen dared not intrude rashly. However, the treasure in the interstice world could not be missed. To properly resolve this matter, Tian Chen proposed to hold an online meeting. So, what exactly was this meeting about, and which organizations participated? Since the regulations of the Universal Mercenary Alliance could not be violated, a roundabout way had to be taken to enter. Tian Chen separated a strand of consciousness and entered the virtual universe. In the void, there was a floating rock table with a diameter of tens of meters, surrounded by stone chairs of the same material. One figure after another appeared until a total of 12 people participated in this boundary lord meeting. Tian Chen represented Sanfu Mountain, while the others represented organizations such as the Ice Sea Divine Nation, the Black Dragon Mountain, the White Tiger Tower, and the North Dragon City. Among them, the 16 great families only sent one representative each, but the 4 organizations and the 2 Holy Lands sent a total of 11 boundary lord representatives. The 2 Holy Lands included the Black Dragon Mountain and the Ice Sea Divine Nation, while the 4 organizations were Sanfu Mountain, the White Tiger Tower, the North Dragon City, and the Black Dragon Society. As for the 16 great families, they were not extensively explained in the original text. The 12 boundary lord powerhouses began heated discussions about the interstice world. At the entrance of the Thunder World, Qinyo was guarding it. As the beloved disciple of the 3rd Legion Master of the Qianwu universe, no one dared to blatantly violate the regulations of the Universal Mercenary Alliance. Currently, all major organizations wanted to enter, so they could only arrange for a large number of stellar-level 9th-tier powerhouses to go in. The more people sent in, the more advantageous it would be during the treasure hunt. In the end, the 16 great families obtained 160,000 spots, the 4 organizations obtained 600,000 spots, and the 2 Holy Lands had 1 million spots. The number of spots each major organization received varied according to its strength and status. With the joint blockade of the 2 Holy Lands, the 4 organizations, and the 16 great families, a large number of stellar-level 9th-tier powerhouses entered the Thunder World, while others who wanted to participate in the mercenary assessment were intercepted outside. Seeing this situation, Qinyo was also powerless. They had not violated the regulations of the Alliance, so she had no reason to stop them. She could only watch as these people entered the Thunder World. As a result, the danger level of the interstice world increased exponentially. The stellar-level adventurers who originally entered would undoubtedly become cannon fodder for these people. The conditions for entering Sanfu Mountain were also extremely strict, not allowing anyone below the cosmic level. Long stationed in Sanfu Mountain, those below the cosmic level were called soldiers, those at the cosmic level were called commanders, and the boundary lords were called generals. The 3 founders of Sanfu Mountain, Limonto, Moria, and Luo, were once renowned figures. They all obtained the title of the Domain Master of the Giant X, which was cherished thousands of times more than the cosmic level Giant X Warrior. This was enough to show the strength of the 3 founders. Although they came from different star regions, they had a close relationship and became good friends, mainly because all 3 of them had the title of Giant X Warrior. Establishing an organization called Sanfu Mountain, Limonto, Moria, and Luo were undoubtedly geniuses, with Luo being the most shining star among them. Luo had the greatest ambition and the strongest strength. He feared neither life nor death, longing for the path of the strongest. He once walked at the forefront of the other two creators and was the backbone of the tree. However, fate played tricks on him. Limonto and Moria became immortal powerhouses, one after another, but Luo remained at the peak of the Boundary Lord. The reason why Luo's realm stagnated was that he had great ambition. He wanted to perfect the law of the origin of light and break through to immortality. In this way, once successful, Luo would be a super powerhouse among the immortals. Unexpectedly, he suffered a sudden disaster, trapped for more than 800,000 years, missing the most important breakthrough opportunity. As a result, his realm remained at the peak of the Boundary Lord. If Luo hadn't been distracted by the law of time origin, he would have become an immortal powerhouse long ago. However, it was too late to say anything now because the lifespan of a Boundary Lord was limited, only 1,000,000 years. And Luo now had only more than 20,000 years of life left. Having ambition was a good thing, but one had to recognize one's own strength and stay grounded. Unfortunately, Luo realized this too late. He wasted millions of years of time in vain. At this point, Luo was no longer struggling with the law of time, but he still hadn't given up on improving himself, even if he only had the remaining 20,000 years. In the future, Luo would still do his best to see if he could break through the shackles of life before the end came and become immortal. To prevent the inheritance from fading away, before wandering the universe, he could also take Hong as his direct disciple. Even if the breakthrough failed, he could still support the facade of Sanfu Mountain for him. Becoming immortal was not a glorious thing. The entire Black Dragon Mountain star only had two immortals, the two divine lords of the Huangwu Alliance and the Ice Sea Divine Nation. It could be seen how talented Limonto and Moria were, and after accumulating for tens of millions of years, there were only about 10,000 immortal powerhouses in the Chenwu universe, so Luo wanted to perfect the law of time origin. After all, once successful, he would be the strongest immortal under the Chenwu master. After Luo's strength stagnated, he remained low-key, but his reputation remained. Even the two divine lords of the Huangwu Alliance and the Ice Sea Divine Nation would give Luo face. Not only because Luo had two immortal friends, but also because of Luo's formidable strength. Although Luo didn't dare to claim the top spot among the Boundary Lords, there was absolutely no problem with him ranking in the top 3. Even when facing immortals, Luo had the confidence to escape. Therefore, Luo's reputation was enough to make millions of Boundary Lords in the Chenwu universe fear him. While Hagrid was only one of the top 3 Boundary Lords in the Huangwu Alliance, Luo ranked among the top 3 Boundary Lords in the Chenwu universe, making him more than a match for Hagrid. Moreover, with Limonto and Moria, two immortals backing him up, in the face of immortals, Hagrid was undoubtedly like an ant. Sanfu Mountain had 3 powerful founding members, naturally not fearing a mere Huangwu alliance.